what, bloody Lisa doesn't let up on me on here to tip. We've just been down to Mandurah over the weekend doing our one-day courses on the Saturday and the Sunday. We got back at about 11 o'clock this morning, bloody unpacked. Here I am out cutting pads ready to detect for the morning. But I always feel at home when I'm picking up a little bit of dust and surrounded by mulga. The courses were an absolute bloody riot. They were great. We did our two courses. The one on the Saturday was Be a Better Prospector. That's covering all the basics. So a lot of people that are really starting off with doing those, or they're just wanting to refresh and make sure they're on the right track. Little lump course. Don't want to be too greedy here. And then on the Sunday we did the next level prospecting, and that's when we're getting people into their research and well, not just for that one, for both ones. What we do is we take them through a strategy that's worked for Lisa and myself over a long time. Because it's one thing to learn some information, but you've got to be able to put it together. You've got to be able to get a strategy that's going to work for you. And we always sort of say, and we understand that everyone's got different abilities, different sort of desires, different physical abilities, and that. So even though we teach you what we do, but the key to it is to adapt it to what's going to suit you, what you want out of it. And I think we do a pretty good job of that. And we were full both days, and everyone went away with more than they came with. So for us, that was a success. We also got to stay in a fancy self-contained cabin thingy overlooking the water. I reckon that was pretty bloody good. Being able to demolish a couple of stubbies at the end of the day, looking water and what do you call those bloody rats of the sea? Dolphins occasionally. I call them rats of the sea. I've never tasted them, don't know what they'd be like. The Japanese seem to like them. Anyway, like I said, got back this morning and I'm already into it. Time, as they say, is money. And the one thing about prospecting is that it doesn't matter what kind of prospecting you're doing, it's always weather dependent. And so when the weather is good, like it is at the moment, it is magnificent. 26 degrees and blue skies for the week. So while it's good, you get out there and you make your hay, make your silage. We've already started planning the next lot of courses for Perth. There'll be more about that soon enough. We're just sort of finalising the dates whilst we speak. And we're going to have a little surprise in there. We've got another completely different course that we're working on at the moment, but it should be a lot of fun. Don't be greedy, Tony, don't be greedy. I'm not talking about the courses now, I'm talking about the cuts. You always want to sneak up on gold, and even if it takes a few extra shortcuts to make your depth, as in, you know, a few more passes detecting, which will cost you more time. I'd rather be more thorough. Gold's worth too much and diesel's worth too much to be missing it. $2.40 for diesel at the moment. The Roadhouses are about $2.75, but we don't shop there. So the BP in town, which is where you want to be, about $2.40, something like that. It's funny how we were getting diesel a few weeks back at $2.20, and I was bitching and moaning about that, and now I think, geez, that was cheap. Funny old set of circumstances when you think $2.20 a litre is cheap. Oops. Now we're hitting, all through there, we're hitting yellow saprolites, and while it's not bedrock, it's bedrock enough. When it comes to gold, you can get gold in it. I've seen big nuggets come out of it, but it's few and far between. Generally what it is your lake clays, your sediments and shit that has flowed down over the last several hundred million years. And it can be all different colours, it just depends on its state of leaching. So generally the white stuff is at the top where all the bits and pieces are leached out. Yellows, purples, reddy colours, you name it. But whilst I don't assume that gold will be in certain places or won't be in others, really once you hit the saprock layer, just about done. But you're also going to be careful because you get little pockets of saprock. So you might just have a little bit here that might be outcropping, and it might be bloody another 6 foot of topsoil and fluff and gold bearing material over this side. So I don't mind trying to punch through it a little bit. And we had a couple of really nice surprises over the weekend too. We had Lisa and Paul. Well, I'll say Lisa and Paul, but it was Lisa, not Paul. She, okay, I'll be nice. They knocked up some chili jam that I'm quite fond of and dropped it around, and some lemon butter that I'm looking to start devouring tonight. So Lisa and Paul, thank you very, very much. And then Frank and Jenny popped by. And again, I mean Jenny, not Frank, but you know, I suppose Frank did the driving, that's something. And anyway, Frank and Jenny dropped off this beautiful fruitcake. Just beautiful, and they travelled home with us today. Or yesterday, this morning. And I won't actually get to even try that. Lisa has a passion for fruitcakes. You know, those, I don't know what they're called, boiled fruitcakes, I think they are. And I know by now it'll already be packed away in a freezer, labelled, and I will never see a piece. But Jenny and Frank, thank you very much for your fruitcake. And it just sort of goes to show that's what Lisa and I get out of prospecting, apart from a lot of thrills, apart from a bit of money every now and again. It's all about the friendships, it's all about the people. And there we've got people that we've met through courses and prospecting, and they're going to the bloody expensive trouble of knocking together a really nice cake or a really nice thing. It's it's got nothing to do with the food. It's all got to do with friendship, and we love that. We reckon that's just the best thing. So before I get all teary and emotional, I better concentrate on cutting these pads. Luckily I not too long ago had some night lights wired into Daisy teaspoon, and given how much work I've got to do and the state of the sun at the moment, I reckon I might be giving them their first run of the season. Bloody good to be back up there. It'll be bloody good to see if we can get a little bit of metal coming in from tomorrow. Start paying for all the diesel. See you prospectors. Good luck with it all. I met some nice people, some fellas, Brad and Gaz, and I met Ryan and his dad Morris. Always like to see father and son combination. It sort of strikes a chord with me these days. And this was on the second day of the next level prospecting, but it was bloody awesome. They've peaked themselves some SPLs and they're having a crack, and you know, they're getting objected to, and if they haven't done already, they'll get the threatening letters from the lawyers soon enough. And it was great being able to help them. It's one of the things we cover is the Warden's Court and what I call the dark art of SPLs, Special Prospecting Licence. But it's not about the plug, it's about the fact that you've got people and all four of those are working for a living, so prospecting is sort of their side hustle at this stage. But they're having a real crack at it, you know. They're getting leases together. They're putting a little bit of machinery together, I would think. And it was so cool to be able to, I'm not supposed to be part of that, but help them out a bit and see what they're up to. And I was just bloody over the moon with that. It's really, really good seeing people take the next step. And that's usually a fairly scary bloody step to take, but it's so good seeing it. Poor bastards. Right, I'll start concentrating on what I'm doing, and I think I've boxed myself in nicely here. Take care, prospectors.